Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is my week in review. It's actually the end of the month, so it's my month in review for February 2026. Let's get into it here. We can see that the market's down in general for my account for the past 1 month, down 9.53%, which I don't like, but that's just the way it is. There's a lot of people down with certain stocks like HIMS and SoFi, and I've got holdings of like Nvidia that I'm down on, holdings of Hood as well. Those are the big ones in my account, and that's what's kind of dragging my account down. So I've got 200 shares of this, picked these up at 210, which is very high, and now it's at the 170s, high 170s. So I'm down 6,500 here. Hopefully Nvidia will come back up. It's strange because, it's one of those things where the earnings come out great and they beat everything, but the stock went way down. And I think people are just expecting either the big move. If they don't get the big move, they're taking profits, and so it's sold off a little bit. But the fundamentals of this company are still strong, and we're still early in the build out of AI. We're still building out, even though there's talk of can we recoup all this? But there's still a market. They're still building lots of data centers, and Nvidia is sold out. They're sold out of all their chips for the next couple of years, so they're going to make money. And I believe hopefully this will come back up. Hood, I am not sure about that. I got 400 shares of Hood, and my cost is 126 for these. So now it's down to like in the mid 70s. So that puts this down 20,000 or so in my account. So Hood, who knows if it's going to come back? It's been down, I think, because of what's happened to crypto lately. I think there's a bright future for Hood, but who knows? I can still do covered calls. I'm selling covered calls under my cost. We'll get into that in a little bit and go over my trades, which is very risky, but I'm trying to make some premium here while I wait for this to come back up. Just keeping a close eye on it. So let's go look at that. Let's go look at my trades. I've got this Amazon vertical put credit spread back from January last month, and it was a $10 wide, 220 to 210. The price at the time of the trade was 235, and I collected 214 premium for that. This was assigned early on the short leg, so I was assigned the 220 put that I sold, and the next day I had to go and exercise my options for the 210 because the price, let's go look at Amazon now, see what it is. It had gone down to like 205 having this, but I wasn't sure, the day before it had gone down to like 204, 205, and I thought, well, it's just going to go down. If the option expired worthless, then I would be stuck at the 220. I would at least exercise the long put that I bought, get rid of these shares at 210. So that is $1,000 because it's 220 to 210, which is the loss, but I collected 214 premium. So 1,000 minus 214 is 786. February, I just took this line for Amazon, brought it over so I could take into account the cost. So the cost here was 1,000 minus the premium collected. I didn't want this to go and be reflected in my total for last month because that's kind of like last month closed out, and so I wanted this cost to be here. So 786 is a result here. That brought down my monthly income here to $23.95. I'll take it. I'll take $2,400 a month extra on top of my salary any day of the week. It's not as high as it's been in the past, namely because I don't have as much cash to work with because I'm stuck in positions like Hood and Nvidia and SMCX. So this is another one where I tried to average down, so I kept buying shares. I got 600 shares of this. My average cost is $70.84, and the cost is in the mid 12s now, so that really hurts. And SMCI, this is a leveraged ETF against SMCI, 2 times leveraged. So I'm hoping this will come back up. SMCI is still, it's a big part of infrastructure for data centers, which they're building, between, I think they're going from like 6,000 existing data centers to 9,000 data centers in the next few years. So there's going to be the need for what this company, what SMCI provides, which is servers, racks, cooling, all that stuff for data centers. I do believe their margins are squished, and they had some accounting problems early last year. which has caused the stock to tank and remain down for like a year. Who knows? I might have to bite the bullet eventually, but I'm just waiting for these to come back up. But the point is that I have this much less in my account to work with. If I look at my account, I've only had like 40,000 to work with in the past couple of months because my cash is tied up into all these or cash secured puts that I was assigned on. Now I hold the shares. So I've got 26,000 for this put here, and I've got another credit spread here for ANET. So let's go over those. I guess we'll just go over the whole month. So the first trade I have is WDC. This is Western Digital, and they have gone crazy this year because, again, the build out of data centers, and they provide basic hard disks, old school hard disks that are in high demand for just commodity hardware out there. So this has gone up in 1 year. It's gone up 478%. Over 5 years, it's gone up 439%. So I want to be involved with this. I did a cash secured put on this. It collected 1,400, and after some decay, I bought this back for 380. So I collected 1,020 there. SMCX, I got these shares for 600 at the price of like 78 or so. So I'm selling covered calls below my cost. I got to really be careful with this. If the shares get called away at 20, I'll be missing out on a lot of cash. But I got this SMCX $20 call, and the price has been hovering around 11, 12, for quite a long time. Last 3 months, it hasn't gotten above 18, and it's right around 11, 12. Keeping an eye on it. If this jumps up to 20, which is my strike price, then I'll have to close this out. But I collected 420 for that. Hood, I've got 400 shares. I was selling covered calls again below my cost, which is very, very risky. I don't recommend it. Collected 640 for this, and the price started to jump up. I got spooked, so I bought these back before I got closer to the money, and it was more than the premium I collected. So bought these back for 580, ended up at $60. Still in the positive, so that's good. NVDA, I'm doing cover calls at my cost at 210. I collected 456 for that. That's still in process. And I'm doing this right at my cost. If these get called away, I'm totally happy with that. I'll get $42,000 back in my account. This WDC was the buy to close. I did another one here. Premiums are crazy on this. The strike price was $250, and the current price at the time was $288.75. I collected $1,200 for that, and that has remained high. Let's go look at WDC. Prices remained safely above my put strike price, $279. I do own shares of this. I got 5 shares at a cost of $283, so I'm a little bit down on that, $22.25. But let's go look at the put trade I have on this. WDC, $250 put, and the price is $279, so it's pretty safe. Delta is 26. It's actually not as safe as I would think, but and yeah, $1,200 for that one. Hood, I did another after I got spooked. Closed this one out. I have another trade at had another trade at 90. Same thing. I kind of got spooked, so I bought these back at a bit of a loss, 144. I just didn't want these to get called away if the price started to jump up, and I gotta stop doing that. It's risky, but I'm trying to make some premium along the way. I did bump this up from 90 to 100, so after closing that out, I did another trade. It's kind of like rolling pretty much. Rolled out a week, up in price to 100, and collected 260 there. So this ANET, I got a vertical put credit spread there. It's $10 wide, 125 to 115. The price at the time was 130. Collected 241 there. ANET right now, this is Arista Networks. This price is 132.32, so it's holding steady, well above my short put here. So I should be able to collect the full amount if that stays that way. Here's the dividends for all of the covered call income ETFs that I've got going here. SPMO is a quarterly, so didn't get anything for that this month. But these are all added up here, and they're put onto here. And then I've got interest collected. I'm not sure the total interest collected. I haven't put that in yet. I do have this SMH, a long call. So I bought an option on SMH back on the 12th to go on this before it expires. Price at the time was 407. Current price is 405, so it hasn't gone up much. It had actually last week gone way up. You can see the price was 53.23 at the time, which means I could have sold this for $5,323 and my cost was $42.50, so roughly $1,000 or so I could have made. But the price has dropped down, and so right now I could, if I sold these, it would be $35.34, and I'd be down $707. And partially that's due to theta decay. Theta decay is $32 a day now that this is decaying. So the delta is 73. So if this goes up, if it goes up by $1, I'll make $73, and that'll counteract this theta decay. So I'm hoping this will go up. This stock is something I do want to hold if it goes to expiration, and it's, I might just exercise the option, pick these up for $380. I paid $42.50, so that ends up pretty much being around a $407 price, because that pretty much you're paying this down to this price plus a little extrinsic value, which I won't get into now. But I want to hold on to this because if I look at this is an ETF of all the top chip makers. Let's go look at the holdings. Nvidia is the top one, TSM, Broadcom, Micron, ASML, Lam Research, that's a big one, Applied Materials. All of the top chip makers are a part of this ETF. And if you look at it over the course of the past 1 year, it's gone up 77%. Over the past 5 years, it's gone up 219%. So if I had just put $100,000 in here, I would have $77,000 more this year. So this is one of those ones that hopefully will still be going up. You can see it's gone down a little bit in the first part of this year. But it's done that before here, it's done that before here. And let's look at the past. The past month, it's down 2.2%. 3 months, it's up 16%. But you can see it goes up, then it pulls back, goes up, pulls back, goes up and pulls back. So I think we're going to pull back here. But I don't think, as far as, with all the AI stuff going on, all the data centers being built, I think semiconductors are a good business to be into. And I like that it's an ETF because you're instantly diversified. I've got these holdings of Nvidia, which puts me at risk of one company going bad, and I'm kind of stuck right now with that stock price. But with this has got all of the best top semiconductors. You don't have to do all the company research on each one, because the people that manage the ETF are doing that for you, and they're picking only the best companies. And when a better performer comes in, they just rotate that out. And so ETFs like this typically, hopefully, tend to go up and to the right. And semiconductors is probably one of the best businesses to be into for the next few years. So my strategy is to sell. I'm probably going to start selling leaps against this once this expires this month. And it's a good way to pick up the stock. You get almost, if you go like an 80 delta, almost the same amount of movement as buying and owning the stock. But if the stock goes down for some reason, it'll only go down as far as the premium that you paid for it. But if you own the stock and it goes way down, you're kind of stuck in that. So I like that about this strategy, to picking up shares of this. So that's my month in review, sitting at $23.95 for the month. Yeah, my portfolio value. I'm going to change things up in my channel and look at more into buying options. So look for another video coming out soon on that. I've got this really cool thing that I've been lurking in and playing with for the past year that I'll share with you guys, and you might want to be a part of it. So look for that in the next video. That's it for now. We'll talk to you later. Thanks, bye.